Hi guys, Jason here from Divine Hammer Computers. Back at you again with another interesting project. Believe it or not, it's a laptop. And this one actually was found in the garbage, if you can believe that. So I brought it home. I thought there's no chance it was going to work, but I figured it's a fairly new, well, newer Acer laptop. So if you open it up, it's a Core i5, decent laptop. Figured maybe I can salvage the CPU out of it, maybe the keyboard, maybe the memory, maybe the hard drive will be good, who knows. Anyways, I run some tests on it, and believe it or not, it's the screen that's broken. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to take the screen out, and we're going to replace it. We're going to find out what screen's in it, what the model number is, and then we'll go out and we'll replace it. Okay, so first thing to do to take the screen off, open it up as far as you can, and you'll see little tiny circles. There's one right here, and one right here. There's stickers covering screw holes. So normally the easiest way to get these off is a knife, an X-Acto knife. You just want to be gentle and just pry underneath the sticker. So hopefully we can reuse these if I don't damage them. They should just pop right off. They're being stubborn today. Oh. So take it off. Over the side safely. And the other side. There we go. Acer used some pretty intense glue. Okay, so the next part should be pretty obvious. Now that you have the... Let's see if we can zoom in a little bit here. Preferably on the laptop, not on me. Okay, so we will take this screw out, and they should come out with no problem. They're not normally overly tight. And of course the other screw. Should be able to loosen them enough I can pick them up. There we go. Put that in our magnetic dish. And the other one's out. Okay, now normally you'd be really careful with this. I'll zoom you back out. Oh. You'd be really careful because you don't want to break the screen, but it's already broken. So you just pry up using your fingers, undo the snaps, and you just go all the way around. Ta-da! Okay, now that's off. Now your next step, now that you've got the laptop this way, I'm going to actually close it. I'm going to do something I should have done from the start. Okay, let's take the battery out, just in case. Okay. Open it back up. No danger of it turning on or anything like that. We're going to take these two screws up top, one here, and one clear on the other side. Take those two out. And what that'll do is it'll separate the screen from the case, which is exactly what we want because we want to take the screen out. So those two are out. So now, you're going to want to, there's a thing for a camera here. You're going to want to unplug it from the board. So we should be able to, oh, okay. Now there's of course two screws down below on the hinges. Yep. We'll take those two out. Okay, so now the plastic will just fall off as soon as I let go of it. We can actually rotate the screen forward and close it. Now you have the part that was on your camera, you have to be careful. I'm not in shot here. There we go. So from the camera, it's got some double-sided tape, that piece comes off. And then you have another piece from here. So be very gentle, because obviously you don't want to break your own cable. And normally what I do is I'll try and get a thumbnail underneath it or a finger. Just try to pull at this tape and gently pull it off, at least one side. And then you can normally grab the cable. The ribbon cable has a little bit of double-sided tape, so you can pull up on it slightly. There, until it's loose. And then I continue around the top of the connector. Very sticky tape. Until you're all the way around. Fold the two ends up. And you should be able to rock the connector out at this point. Come on. There you go. So the connector's out. And I'm just going to leave it over there for now. So there's your screen. Upside down, of course, I'll flip it around. It's an LG monitor. No complaint there. Okay. So now we have to get it out. We still have screws on this metal part. And so we got 1, 2, 3 there, and 1, 2, 3 on the other side. So 6 screws. Take it out. One. Two. And 3, it's important not to lose these. Put them in a magnetic tray if you have it. On the other side. I realize I should have more camera angles for you guys, but that might come in the future. I can increase my production quality a little bit, depends how many people watch, I guess. So 1, 2. And 3. Okay, and this should just slide right out. You're taking all the screws out. There's the broken panel. We'll get the replacement and we'll put it in. And it'll take me a couple days, but you guys will see it right about now. Okay, so I've got the new screen here, all freshly wrapped up. We'll get rid of the old screen. I'm not going to need this anymore, it can go to recycling. So we'll unwrap the new screen. Nice to see this packed so well. Obviously these guys sell a lot of screens, so they knew what they were doing. Cardboard. Okay, bubble wrap out of the way. Wrapped in foil. And it's a LG display, should be exact matching part of what we had. Okay. Try and get you a shot here if I can. Oop, well, that's not the shot you need. There we go. Okay, so we'll open this back up. Get our cable out of the way. The easiest way to do this is probably just to put this right here on the keyboard and just gently place it into the metal arms like that. And then we'll get a screwdriver. Line up the first hole, take our little screw. More. Snug. Okay. So now this cable, make sure the connections are free. You just have to not sure how well you can see that, maybe I can zoom in a bit. Oh. The joy of doing this yourself. Tape does tend to stick to everything, which makes it tough to move it. But you'll definitely know when you get it. The connection will be tight, and there we go. And then push all the tape down. I'll get you a close-up of that, or a little better shot. There we go. Okay, so now we need to flip the screen up now that we have it fastened. It's on here just about as good. We just need to put the back piece on. We'll rotate that up. And we have to reconnect the camera. That actually has a little piece that it sits in and plugs in. This is always the fun part. Little tiny micro connections. But it should really. There we go. Things that require precision were never made for for big hands. And while I don't have huge hands, I have chubby ones that don't help. Okay. So there's that. Careful to make sure that everything is lining up and not pinching anything. Nothing else is stuck behind the screen. And we have a couple screws that have to go in. Which in this case we're lucky, they're all black. The outside ones. Oops. Actually lay this closer to being flat. Yeah, and I should be able to line up. Should actually be pins that line up with the bottom holes and the top ones just to guide it. You see that? Not quite, eh? Let's go this way. There we go. Now what you're probably thinking, oh, you didn't take the screen cover off. Yep, I'm going to in a minute. So I get the 4. The only reason I went diagonal on this one is because I wanted to solidify both sides. Makes the other two go easier. And I guess we'll go the other bottom one. Because I think the top ones are the toughest to do on this angle. And it would be easier probably if I did a different angle, but then you guys couldn't see what I was doing. So there's cable. Should be tucked down in there, and then there should be a spot for it. There we go. Okay, And then the last upper screw, which is on this side. Okay, so now you have your screen attached. You can take the plastic cover off. And normally those are like a paper material, but this time they seem to be plastic, which is interesting. It's okay. Now you rip it off. And then we'll take the plastic cover, the bezel, and then it just goes down, clips in place, and then a little bit of pressure around the outside. Snap. Bottom edge can be a bit tricky, you have to put a pressure from behind. And normally I even close it and then check. And you want to make sure that these are pushed together. It's just overall it's tight. Looks good. Put it back up. We'll put our 2 screws in the bottom here. And these of course are the silver ones that we took out earlier. And just snug them up. No point in reefing on them. They're not holding any weight. And of course when you do this on camera it's really easy to look like a moron, but oh well, it's some comedy value. Maybe you guys can laugh a bit. And then of course we have the 2 little tabs that we had earlier. That were probably the toughest glue I've ever seen on these things. Acer increased their glue quality. And I've seen computers without this stuff, but we just put that back in, level it off. Second one, this one I butchered pretty bad, but given that it's my laptop, I don't care. So, those 2 are back. We'll shut it, flip it over, put the battery back in, lock back on. Let's see if we have any power, if it works. Ta-da! Okay guys, another successful repair from Divine Hammer Computers. This computer is as good as new. Till next time, see you later.